So welcome back to day 3 of my 5-day e-course program. It's a Kickstart program designed to help you improve your health and nutrition. So over the past few days we've looked at the essential pillars and we've also looked at how to apply them. Today I want to have a look at and talk about what it takes to make a good nutritional plan, and what it looks like when it comes down to making great tasting foods. Firstly, I think it's pretty vital that we address that most people fail at this because they don't have a set structure or a plan in place. Okay. Now, when we're talking about foods and calories, to achieve optimal body composition, a calorie is not just a calorie. Okay, so we eat foods, not calories. We extract the calories from the foods. Now, every meal that you eat should be geared to making you look and feel awesome. So, whatever your goal is, you want to drop body fat, you want to increase muscle, you want to be more explosive in the gym or for your sport, the foods that you eat will have a massive impact on your end result, basically. Okay, so this is why we want to trying to be eating mainly single and whole foods. If say for instance, if we're losing weight, our goal is to lose weight. If the quality of food is low in nutrients and nutritional value, you'll probably end up dropping weight, but the weight will be coming from muscle mass rather than fat mass, which is really what to be steering away from. This is where it all goes back to trying to be eating that wide variety of foods and rotating the foods, the different sources of protein, different colours on the plate, fruits, vegetables. We need to be getting a really big variety of foods in there. Now, by doing this, you'll also enjoy eating because you'll be eating different foods all the time, and you'll also be looking forward to your next meal. Okay. So, and by doing this as well, it'll keep you away from craving and snacking on junk food, taking a bit of a biscuit here and there, some pizza, some chocolate, which really does cause that downward spiral. But like I said, I don't want to be creating a diet plan for you or telling you that this food's restricted, you can't eat that. By doing that, you end up, if you tell someone that they can't have something, what's the first thing they want? They want that thing that you've told them they can't have. So, like I said in previous videos, moderation is definitely key. So where can we start on this? So we can start by looking at simply reducing the amount of sugar in our diets, and whether this is just from cups of tea or coffee through the day, or you may know you're eating snacks or biscuits through the day. We need to be looking at reducing these and switching them out for maybe some snacks of vegetables or fruits. That's a really good starting point. So if we take the Western diet, the typical Western diet that's evolved, it's on average about 70% carbohydrates, which is pretty mad, really. So, on a typical person's diet, will probably look for breakfast. They will have a bowl of cereal with milk, which is pretty much just full sugar. Lunch will be sandwiches, and then dinner in the evening will be a rice or pasta-based meal. You might just be thinking that it's 2 slices of bread here, or a bit here and there, but you got to remember that it all adds up, and this is what I believe it's making us as a nation overweight and pretty much just becoming lazy. Okay, so meal frequencies. So you might be asking me, Alex, how many times a day do I have to eat? This really comes down to whether it fits around your lifestyle. So you can eat as many meals as you want through the day, and it really does not matter. You could eat 1 meal a day, you could eat 5 meals a day. Now the thing with cooking 5 meals a day is it can be quite tedious because you're obviously always in the kitchen and you might not have time and it might not fit around your lifestyle. So which one is best suited to you, and it must basically match your physiology and your goals, okay? And it's got to be sustainable. So there's no point prescribing yourself a diet plan or structuring yourself a meal plan that you can only stick to for a week. You want to be looking 6-12 months down the road and making this part of your lifestyle, so it just becomes automatic, basically. And going back to which is optimal for you, it doesn't really matter how many meals you eat during the day. It's all down to the overall caloric intake of food that you take in, which is really going to be the key factor in your results. Okay, so there are several myths out there. One of the myths is that the more frequent that you eat, if you eat smaller meals throughout the day rather than larger big meals, you'll be geared towards increasing your metabolism rather than storing the food as fat. This isn't true at all. It all comes down to what is going to work around you, and it all goes like we'll take a step backwards. That it all goes down to your overall daily caloric intake rather than how many meals that you eat through the day. Okay, so we must be remembering this. Another one is that you should be eating upon waking to burn fat. This is suggested to improve fat loss, but this isn't the case as some of the studies have shown. In fact, skipping breakfast has actually been shown to increase metabolism, and a health benefit is this, that it increases your insulin sensitivity, so that when you do take on carbohydrates and energy, your body is better utilising them rather than storing them. Again, we've got to be relating this back. Does this fit around your lifestyle, and is it sustainable? Okay, so once we've addressed these 10 pillars and we're implementing them on a daily basis and it's consistent, we can start looking at a more personalised approach to nutrition. So we can look at nutrient partitioning, food quantity, and we can also start looking at the macronutrient breakdowns of our foods. So this is basically what percentage of carbohydrates, what percentage of fats and protein we take in for our body composition and physiology. We can also start understanding the calories in versus calories out energy balance. And if we go on a bit of a deeper level, we can start to address micronutrients and our water intake. Now, basically, micronutrients are just the vitamins and minerals. How much of the good stuff are we actually taking in and absorbing and our body utilising? So then we can start looking at nutrient timing. Okay, so this is basically structuring our energy intake, especially carbohydrates, around when we exercise. So then basically our glycogen stores won't become depleted and we can perform at a much higher level. And then the tip of the pyramid is supplements, really. This is going to form the smallest part, and you've got to be asking yourself, are they even necessary? There's so many out there, it's quite mind-boggling, to be honest. But this is going to be the topic for tomorrow. So that's all for today. And I'll be back tomorrow, and we're basically going to be talking about supplements tomorrow and asking yourself, are they really necessary? Okay, speak to you tomorrow.